nervous, insecure, 'cause you're perfect. Nowadays, love's change. Gotta impress, that's too much stress to stay in the game. Every time I'm alone with you, I must confess the truth. Things just don't feel the same. I'm steady hoping that you're coming back and showing that we'll always be together for life. I want that throwback, that old school, that kind of love was so cool. When forever meant forever and we will always be together. That ooh-wee, come get me, felt so right and clean outside. That old school love.
So you finna holler at the one over there?
Yeah, yellow and pink. I think
that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. Wanna dance?
I know he did not just take her.
I'm sorry, that is so rude. We were having a conversation.
You were dancing. Oh.
I feel weak, incomplete, 'cause you got a hold on me. You're the reason I sing, and every day I'm hoping you'll come back to me. Every time I'm alone with you, I must confess the truth. Things just don't feel the same. I'm steady hoping that you're coming back and showing that we'll always be together for life. I want that throwback, that old school, that kind of love was so cool. When forever meant forever and we will always be together. That ooh-wee, come get me, felt so right and clean outside. That old school love. Every time I'm alone with you, I must confess the truth. Things just don't feel the same, oh no. I'm steady hoping that you're coming back and showing that we'll always be together for life.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to TPS Tonight. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the unceded and traditional territories of the Coast Salish peoples, and that we occupy this land. This acknowledgement does not take the place of authentic relationships with Indigenous communities, but serves as a first step in honoring the land we occupy. For more information on how you can support our Indigenous communities, please check out the organizations listed on this slide. Thank you. Today also marks the 155th celebration of Juneteenth. Today in the U.S. Senate, bipartisan legislation was announced to declare Juneteenth a federal holiday. You can support this effort by reaching out to your senators to encourage them to support the legislation when it comes to the floor. For tonight's event, you may submit questions for Q&A using the built-in Q&A feature in Zoom or by emailing tpstonight@tpsonline.org. You may use the chat function to engage with hosts and other audience members throughout the show. Please be aware that tonight's show is being recorded for encore performances. Closed captioning will be available in future broadcasts. Now, without further ado, please welcome your hosts, Jimmy Shields and Alexandria Henderson.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, did y'all like that song that Neo sang that brought you guys in to? I'm kidding, of course. That song was written by none other than Mr. Jimmy Shields, written and performed. A little bit of Black excellence for y'all on this Juneteenth Friday.
Listen.
What?
I was sitting here listening to Jeremy's voice. Hey, Jeremy, he's the one that was speaking before. And I just was like, thought I was watching the show. And literally, when he said my name, I was like, oh.
Oh, we got a job to
do. I feel like that may or may not happen more than it should a couple times a week.
Oh, I love that.
But
hi,
happy Juneteenth to you.
Hey.
Happy Juneteenth to you.
Hey.
Happy Juneteenth. Yes.
I hope that synced up. Y'all have to comment and tell us if there's like
you know it didn't sync
it
up.
Didn't. It had to have. I tried.
Country.
I mean, I don't know. But hello, everyone. Welcome to TPS Tonight with Jimmy and Alexandria. Totes not synced. Thank you, Whitney. My sister is all up in here. It was so close. Okay, great. We tried so hard. And by we, I mean me, because I'm trying to harmonize. But welcome. It is Juneteenth today. So we have a little bit to discuss before we get into a show that we kind of, for the first time, don't exactly have control over. So we're learning as y'all learn, as we learn, because when you learn, I learn, we learn together.
Together.
Thank you. And then it wasn't together. Okay, already. So really quickly, Juneteenth, everyone has been saying online that Juneteenth is the celebration of when the slaves were freed, right? So on July 4th, 1776, America gained its independence from, I'm sorry, I just get really shady, and so my throat betrays me. But
it's okay, just lubricate it with a little tea.
I will, sips tea. Also, hi, Whitney.
Hey, Nikki.
And I'm actually literally drinking tea. Everyone believes and celebrates Independence Day as the day that America gained its independence from Britain, Great Britain, the UK, England, all them. But what they don't know is that the slaves were not freed then, okay? So they weren't freed until January 1st, 1863. And there's a whole lot of more
Proclamation.
And there's actually a lot more detail for the Emancipation Proclamation as well, because Lincoln didn't actually like emancipate everybody. There's so much tea surrounding that, and I encourage y'all to do your Googles. For real. I have a little stick of pen. I have learned that throughout my entire life, I have been the Black girl educator. And so my form of protest is no longer taking that upon myself, but showing y'all the way to Google. You're welcome.
Okay.
So
just the Google is the way.
asterisk, okay, man, he'll do it if you let him. So January 1st, 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation, all that good stuff. Slaves were like, whoop, whoop, we're free. But not everybody, because like Texas was so far away from the Union that they were just like, well, they won't ever know that they're actually free. We're just going to keep BAU, business as usual. And so they keep going on and keep going on and keep going on. Finally, this white Marshal General, I don't really know, he was white. He strolled up in Texas and he gets on a balcony. He's like, yo, Black people, guess what? Y'all been free for 2 years, because that took place on June 19th, 1865. So Juneteenth is not exactly the celebration of when Black people were freed, but it was a celebration of when the final Black people learned that they had been free for 2 years.
Message.
And we celebrate.
Friends.
The colors of Black Pride are black, red, and green. And we wear red to be bold and to celebrate. There's even more history about how the Black people, once they learned they were free under that balcony, they celebrated, they threw a party. They were like, oh my gosh, y'all, we finally got this. And they were celebrating so hard that they came back the next year, June 19th, 1866, and partied again under that same balcony. Like, yo, remember that one time we learned we was free? Hey, turn up, turn up. That's how we ball out. You know what I'm saying? And then Jim Crow made it illegal for Black people to celebrate in the streets. Did you know that, Jimmy? Yeah. So when we are loud, when we laugh raucously, when we give you our big smiles, when you hear our big booming voices from across the room, when you know it's Alexandria, because when she steps up in a party, she's just loud AF, it's because I want to be joyful. I want to celebrate, especially in the face of those who are threatened by my celebration. Welcome.
Make a joyful noise.
Unto the Lord, all ye lands. No, don't go, because I will. See, the thing is,
I know. It's in there.
Okay, don't do it, because it's actually in the blood. All right? If it wasn't for the blood, now.
I know it's for the blood.
Don't take me there. Don't take me there. So, although I just said that my form of protest is not education, and then I proceeded to tell y'all about Juneteenth, I want to let y'all know the reason why we celebrate, and the reason why it's become such a big, it's kind of snowballing in this new civil rights movement. And that, like, oh, we're starting to learn what actual Juneteenth is, and we're starting to learn how to celebrate that. And so tonight, we are going to celebrate with immense Black joy. You're welcome. You're welcome. I welcome you all. You are here. Welcome to the room. Grab a seat, grab a drink, grab a snack. Last night, I had fire roasted marshmallows for the first time in so long, and they were perfect. Everything about it was perfect. Everything about yesterday was perfect. Y'all know who you are. Everything about yesterday was perfect, and I love you. Okay.
Everything about yesterday was absolute bullshit because it was not perfect with me.
Oh damn! I'm sorry, boo.
Just saying.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just giving you a hard time.
You over here rain on
And
my
the other
parade.
ones, y'all know who you are.
Don't tell me not to
Tell
live.
me not to live, just sit and putter. Like
Life's candy and the sun's a bowl.
sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring
Don't
around
bring
a crowd.
rain on my parade.
Hey. That's not a Black musical.
You right. Let me stop.
Can you feel
a brand new day? Can you
Okay, friends.
brand
This
new
is.
day?
I think you're sensing the excitement of this episode for us, and just having a good old Black ass time.
Indeed. Sorry for being so loud. I'm not. But okay, wait. I do have a hot topics for you.
Hot topic.
Jimmy.
What's up?
Okay. So I think you might know this. And I had I was going to introduce it with like a shady question, but I'm going to forego the shady question today in honor of being Black and being lovely and Black joy. And I'm going to just ask, did you watch the Antonios?
No.
So.
No, did you?
I did.
Why didn't you text me?
Well, I watched it late. So I didn't watch it live. So it came out to the Antonios. Yes, you can. It's on YouTube. Okay. So the Antonios were created by Broadway Black. Again, my throat just, I don't know why that keeps happening. So the Antonios were created by Broadway Black, and that is an entity that it seeks to promote and uplift Black artists. You know.
Yeah, like and such as.
And they created the Antonios, which is supposed to be like the NAACP Awards, but for Broadway and off Broadway. And it was really cute. I mean, there were a couple like, you know, some skits are misses. You have some skits that are hits, and you have some skits that are misses. Some skits were misses. There was a couple tributes that I'm like, I have questions about. But ultimately, it like brought up a question about what you feel about how everything in this system of just living in America, even by way of our careers, like the awards, the merits that we receive are all based on like white folk, right? So you have like, what do you aspire to? Do you aspire to the Antoinette Perry Awards or the Tonys? Do you aspire to the Academy Awards or the Oscars? Like all of these things were created by white folk, and they mostly, for the most part, celebrate white folk. And then like, you know, the speckles of chocolate chips up in there.
I mean, Broadway is called the Great White Way, but go ahead.
For a reason.
Right.
And so I'm just like, I know that personal feelings aside, I feel like we should absolutely celebrate when Black folks start honoring one another. And so I was like, I have to tune into the inaugural, you know, what is it called? Production of the Antonios, and like, you know, put love and care and affection into our own, and say like, we're going to recognize our own and like lift everybody up. And there were people involved, like names that you might know that, okay, great. There's YouTube. Thank you, Ariel. There's a YouTube that people can go to watch it. And it's so Blacktastic. Actually, the moment that made me want to talk to you about it was in the opening number. The opening number is the opening number, but then they get to this point where like a whole bunch of people learned the same 8 count, and that was beautiful to me. So then it just had people, different like pixelations or like screen edits of like maybe someone here, someone here, someone here, someone here, someone here, someone here, and all of them doing like the same. I'm wearing a crown. I don't know what the actual 8 count was, but it kind of looked like I'm wearing a crown, like that. But it made me think of you because I was like, oh, this is very, very beautiful. Like seeing all the Black artists come together and create something beautiful and like love on themselves.
Well, I definitely hope that it lasts and it snowballs into something that is similar to NAACP Image Awards or the BET Awards. Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I was nervous when that first came out because you know we have a lot of stuff that are like trial and error. We had the Soul Train Awards, and then for a while we didn't have them for like a good span of time, and then they made a comeback. And it's so hard as a Black person to get to fall in love with Black stuff because as soon as we fall in love with it, it kind of gets snatched from us.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't ever get, we rarely get to see hundreds episodes of seasons of shows. Like they rarely make it to their 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th seasons now.
Yeah.
But for a while in the 90s, it was a thing, but also partially because they were doing like 32 episodes a season. Now we get 9 in the middle of January randomly, but that's neither here nor there.
Here's what I will say. I have been talking about this this has been like a soapbox of mine for a long time, mainly because I watch bad Black things. I watch Black things that are like terrible, that are like bad things that have yet to grow on me. I'm like, oh man, this is bad, but I'm going to watch it because I believe that Black people deserve flops. Like there are so many like mediocre shows just out there in the world, and then we never get. But the second that we get a mediocre Black show, they're like, oh, 5 episodes, bye. We don't need that. Nobody's watching. So I'm like, I'm always going to watch even the bad ones because I'm like, those actors deserve to have, shows that flop. Does that make sense?
Do you know how many Black television shows there are that people are just completely oblivious to, including me? I love pop culture, so I was familiar with a few of them. But it took Black History Month this year. Xfinity had like the thing on their cable where they were highlighting all of this Black excellence, and there's like Black networks that you don't know about. There's Black shows that are like currently running, and like people are on them, like Professor Ogilvy from the show The Parkers.
Oh, I used to know his name. Yep.
Oh,
I know he's an Omega. That's all I know about him.
But
that was his name in the show.
He has a show. Jack A. Harry has a show. There was a whole entire show about a Black family in the Oval Office that was on for like 4 seasons that people don't even know about.
Where? On what channel?
I don't know what channel it was on. I found it in syndication at like 3:00 in the morning.
But you're not talking about like the Tyler Perry one, right?
No, this is a comedy.
Get out.
And they have like 3 kids, like 2 boys, 1 girl.
Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about.
I think Braxton Hockenbrigg from Jamie Foxx was on it.
Wait, I don't know if he was The First Family.
The First Family.
Okay. On CW.
CW.
I think I watched it. That's what I was about to say, but it didn't last long.
There was another show, The Carmichael Show. Did you watch that?
I did watch The Carmichael Show.
Hilarious.
It was great. It was great.
There was another. I could go on for days about this.
Basically, y'all got to go out and look at Black stuff. And then, of course, when Jimmy and I drop Good Shit, Hood Shit, produced by Theater Puget Sound, you guys are going to have to watch that, too. I know.
Shout out Sarah Russell.
Ooh, you're going to be on it. Ange said that she might come. Was it Ange that said she might come through, too?
Oh, yeah, she did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, it's going to be good.
We're going to have some good times. We got to have, like, a token white person. Who can our token white be on Hood Shit, Good Shit?
I'm not going to have this conversation with you right now. Not on this here Juneteenth.
Which is funny because I say token, but I know good and well, like, I love all my white folk. So, like, they wouldn't be tokens.
Jimmy doesn't believe in tokenism.
There we go. Jimmy doesn't.
Stop. Anyway. Okay, Alexandria.
Yeah, so that's the pop topic that I brought. Watch the Antonios.
Thank you for that, because we weren't even going to have a pop topic, because we were just going to celebrate.
We're celebrating.
Just to be completely transparent, last week we didn't have a show in light of all of the events and taking that Friday off in solidarity. We appreciate TPS and everyone in the offices for allowing us to do that and for taking lead on that. We really appreciate, and that's why we weren't here last week. That show will be brought to you sometime soon, we promise. But in addition to that, I wanted to say that about pop topics, we didn't have anything happy to talk about last week, and Alexandria got her People magazine in the mail, and that's what we were going to talk about. But now it's like 2 weeks old.
I got a new one today, and look who's on the front. Our favorite.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Hey, he might be watching. Hey, Tyler, I love you.
Hi, Tyler.
I would love to put on one.
Do you want to do it? Pop topics. 5 things we're talking about.
Okay, quick. Give them to me quick. Give them to me quick.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, y'all. We got to do this because we were going to do this last week and it was not funny, but it's funny. Number 1, did SpongeBob come out? Who lives in a pineapple and supports Pride?
2 balls.
Oh, but this is a really pretty picture of him too. Look. He's pretty. Okay, it says,
Anyway.
who lives in a pineapple and supports pride? Nickelodeon posted that the beloved cartoon creature constitutes part of the network's celebration of the LGBTQ plus community and their allies this month and every month.
Okay.
Also, who was I talking to that, was it Tim? Tim, was it you who said they talked to the creators of SpongeBob and he said SpongeBob is asexual. He's a sponge.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yo, that's
Heard
funny
that
to
for
me.
years.
Number 2, Lori Loughlin won't appear on Housewives.
Housewives of what? Next.
Okay. Number 3, the Disney parks plan to reopen. Come on, Mickey Cat.
Come on, Kelowna. Next.
Number 4. Oh, what's today's date?
The
Oh,
19th.
I didn't know this. Number
19th.
4, Dave Chappelle releases a surprise set. He
Yeah,
dropped a
8:46.
Netflix special on June 12th. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
And then last is Tan France becomes an American. On June 9th, British Queer Eye star announced that after 20 years, he can officially call himself a U.S. citizen.
Which one is that?
This one.
Oh,
The wardrobe guru. One of my
that's
favorites.
cool.
One of my favorites. I actually really, I mean, we love a French tuck. So did John Oliver. John
Welcome
Oliver
to the
became a
States.
U.S. citizen.
Also to him.
Oh,
Welcome to the
hey,
States.
I love John. I mean, I'm sorry that John Oliver got me more excited than Tan, but John's been doing some heavy lifting. So that's 5 things People Magazine is talking about.
Next week we'll go more in depth with it, but this week we got some celebrating to do because we're talking with our favorite artist.
I mean, my favorite artist is Stevie Wonder. Is he going to be on the show?
Okay. Oh, cool. That's fine. My favorite artist is now dead. So there's that. And no, I wasn't talking about Whitney.
I know, you're rude. Oh, you put Whitney up.
Boom.
I love it. That's rude. Ain't he rude? He's so rude. He's rude. Okay. So y'all, this is going to be something. Actually, this was requested by Sarah Russell. She said she would love to have a show where she gets to hear from us because we kind of like banter back and forth like that, and then we have a guest on, and then we interview the guest. And she was like, you know, it would be cool to just have a show where we just hear from y'all and like get to know y'all a little bit better than what we know. And so we brought that to Ariel and Cassandra. Ariel's the executive director of TPS, and Cassandra's our showrunner. Hey, ladies. Yeah. So we, they suggested this lovely human being that we got to work with in October, actually from September through October. Last year, when we hosted the Gregory Awards, we had some of the finest talent in all of Washington State help us open up the show. And they were the actors, collaborators, and dancers of the Langston Hughes Performing Arts Teen Summer Musical. Mm-hmm. So if y'all missed it, the whole video is still on Facebook. Go back and watch the live and watch the kids come down. They legit, like, I still have videos of them learning it and us being like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we wanted. So the children came out and they had a beautiful organizer by the name of Den'ea Simone, and she will be interviewing us tonight. She is the co-manager and production stage manager. Did you say executive stage manager? Production stage manager.
Production stage manager.
Of the Teen Summer Musical. She is a force in her own right. We look forward to actually being able to interview her in the future. But tonight, and y'all, I promise you, we don't know what's about to happen. So bear with us as we bear with you, as you bear with us. And please put your sanctified hands together in your own home for Miss Den'ea Simone. And also turn yourselves to gallery view so you can see all 3 of us at the same time. Hey!
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Happy Friday. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, no justice, no peace.
Come on now.
I'm sweating. My pits are wet.
I had to represent, you know.
Yes.
Please do.
But give it a little shine. I know y'all already did that, but you know, I got to do my little
Please,
So,
yes, ma'am. Come
come on now.
Come with it.
I will say this. Can I go back just a little bit and say nobody has any business going to Disneyland, World, Legoland, nothing. Rona, she is running that place. You better stay away. I'm just saying. If you're trying to live, how you social distancing?
You're not.
I mean, they could probably do the whole like one person like think like Splash Mountain, right? So you have like the one person in the front, and then you have one person 3 cars away, and another person another cars away. That'll make really long lines though. So then
that will make
spaced lines. Do you
those lines.
Masks? Do you have people take temperatures?
All that for each ride. You gotta have a temperature for each ride.
Or just don't open.
I
Just
don't know,
don't
because
open. What are you doing? You too hungry for the coin right there. Like, stop that. Just wait it out a little bit more.
But
You're
is
gonna
that
have
not
all the
America?
babies
America is hungry for
all
the
day,
food right now.
all day. And the people who have been sheltered in place, and even I'm gonna start with the people who have been sheltered in place. Honey, they want to be outside. They want to be in the mix. You saw them folks on the beach. You saw.
I want to be on the beach. I'm not even gonna lie. I myself want to be on the beach.
Me too.
But
you better go to
cases have spiked.
Right. You better go to Lowe's, get you some sand, and put it in your yard with a whole lawn
Cassandra
chair.
said you need to make a reservation to go to the park. I mean,
Interesting.
Wait. To the Disney park?
And Whitney says they'll probably drastically cut the number of people by at least 2/3. I mean, that makes sense.
That is what they're doing. They're only allowing, I think, 2/3 of the people in the park itself. Like, it's not even going to go to full capacity.
Is there a time limit once you're in there?
I love me some Disneyland. I'm just gonna wait. Everybody go back, but I'm gonna wait.
Do you get the parade? I need the parade too. And
I'm about to say, when I went, you know what? When I went to,
well, probably not, because the performers can't practice and rehearse.
Is Tyler and Justin, if y'all are in
Okay.
here, what is the name of is it the Main Street Parade? What is the name of the parade where like the band goes walking down the middle of the street?
I need it to be free.
It's like, that was my favorite part. So I would want to make sure that
Or-
everyone's safe enough to do that so I can go dance with Goofy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, please. do.
Seriously, if you can't get down with the big
Mhm.
dogs, Litra, then like,
Then don't.
then down.
And I need a photo op with Tiana. You know, can I take photos with the characters?
Yes, that's amazing.
I need my price drastically reduced. All of that. But no, Rona's running the park. I'm good.
Oh no, man.
Thanks,
Wow.
Walt.
I got my Mickey at home. I'm good.
I know that's right.
I miss people. I'll tell y'all that much. I miss people.
Hi, y'all. I know.
Hi, Den'ea. Welcome to TPS Tonight, boo.
Thank you. I'm so excited. So excited to be with you guys. It's just always fun times to see y'all tune in with your mugs and your fan. Hold up, I got a mug.
You got a mug? Oh, we all doing mugs? Hold on.
Come on, mug. Group mug. Cheers. That's
Also,
the cheers.
are both of y'all holding the mugs in
Clink,
your
clink, 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 clink.
left
clink.
hands?
Mine's with my right.
Mine's right.
Okay, so y'all must be seeing me hold mine in my right too.
Nope.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Go ahead. The floor is yours, Miss Den'ea. What you got?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Okay, so listen. Let the people know who may not, a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Miss Alexandria, go first. Tell us a little bit about where you came from. Are you a Seattleite? Where'd you go to school?
Okay.
Do you have any siblings?
I do.
You know, give us a little of your backstory.
Great.
And then Sir Jimmy after.
Okay, sounds good. Well, my name is Allie, and I'm a fly
Hey.
girl. It takes 3 Mustangs to rock my world. I can fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and that's why they call me Allie. I'm kidding.
Not Allie. Yes.
Too much. I'm Alexandria. I am a military brat. So starting that off there. I was born in Michigan. We moved around quite a bit, and we landed here in Tacoma area in 2000. So this is the longest place I have lived. So I do consider myself Washingtonian since 20 years. It has been officially 20 years in the beginning of this month that I have lived in Tacoma.
Did you have a passport as a baby?
I did not. I was definitely stateside. I was in the contiguous states of the United States of America, but I have a passport now. Ew. And once the Rona calms us down, we can travel again. Okay. I do have siblings. Okay. I am one of 2 biological children, and then my parents adopted 5, and so now I'm one of 7, and I'm in the middle of the 7. So Whitney, who's here, she is my biological sister. She's also on my mug. Yes.
Hey, girl.
And then I have 5 other siblings besides that, all over the place. I went to school. That's all.
Right.
And we can talk about, shout out to me. Go ahead, Whitney. We can talk about that offline. But I do have a degree in music, and found out on Instagram that Beethoven is Black. Let's see.
Yes, he was.
What else about me? I love the colors green and purple equally. I am a sun baby. Like, get me out in the sun, which is also why this Rona is kicking my pootie.
Okay.
I miss being out in the sun. I miss being out in the sun with friends. I love food. I love God. I love people.
Amen.
I love music. I'm still churchy to my core, even though we're all starting to unlearn a lot of the stuff that we learned as children that I don't think Jesus really cares about. So we're all unlearning it, and it's lovely. But I'm still I still got it. That's why when he said the scripture earlier, I was going to continue because I have the upbringing.
Yes.
But
is that where you started to sing?
It is where I started to sing. And what's interesting is Whitney and I are musical. And then when we first adopted our 3 siblings, all 5 of us were musical. So we all would sing together. Wow. So it's interesting that we would adopt 3 children that are also very musical in their own right. And all 5 of us would be in churches singing and harmonizing with one another. And it was a big deal for us growing up. And then, but for a long time, I'm so sorry, Jimmy, I promise you I'm gonna stop talking. But for a long time, I shunned that music side because everybody was doing it. My mom is a renowned gospel singer. My father is a drummer and musician, and they are everything. And so for a while I was just yeah, that's their thing. That's not my thing. I ain't gonna do that. And so when I started to go to college, my first degree seeking, what I thought was for a degree in science so that I could become a geneticist. Because that still intrigues me and piques my interest to this day.
Yes.
Learning what makes people who they are, learning how they inherit things in genetics and hereditary from their families and their parents and all the genealogy. I love all of that. What makes blue eyes, what makes the hair color that you have. I love all of that. But then I kept getting C's in science, and I also hated science classes. So there's that. But I was flourishing in all of my music classes. So I was just okay, here we go.
It was in your genes, honey.
It is. And I asked my parents if it was okay if I changed my major from science to music, knowing that there was that stigma of, okay, so you majored in music, do you want fries with that? And so it's some nonsense. But my parents were oh, no. You do exactly what you want. We love you. We support you. We're behind you. And they have been like that since day one. So I've been doing that. And then I've been professionally in theater for 7 years. And it was 7 years this month as well. I've only been a professional actor since 2013. So I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to go. I'm learning a lot on the job. I do wish I would have gone to school for acting. And, also have made some different decisions in life. But we are where we are. And I feel like there's still some great learning to be done. And that, the best is yet to come. And who knows when we're going to be able to act anyway, because Rona is showing her ass. Jimmy, you're next.
There you go.
Well, I say damn.
Act for us, honey. We would love to see you act, regardless where you are. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi. something about your spirit is just so calming.
Amen.
Oh, good.
My name is Jimmy Shields. Random fun fact: my mother and I have the same name. She just spells hers with an IE, so her name is Jimmy Shields as well.
I love
and I
that.
am a mama's boy to my core. Mama's boy and daddy's
you better
boy is
be
what I say.
with her name. Yes.
My dad, I'm like the end of the military brat. So once my dad, we got out of the military, he got out of the military once I was born. I was born in Hawaii, and then we moved here when I was like 3. Shout out Honolulu. We moved here when I was 3. All of my family are 2 or 3. I don't know. Who remembers that? All of my family is from Birmingham, Alabama, though. So I'm like, I got like the laid back island boy vibe. Like I'm kind of chill, but also I got the southern hospitality. Might cuss you out, may not, but also offer you something to eat at the same time. Yeah. So that's kind of like that's my background. I'm the youngest of 3.
After I cuss you out.
Right. I'm the youngest of 3. My dad is a singer, so that is what started everything for me. Music, singing, that's always been my biggest first love, my biggest passion. But that, it branches out to different things. I was lucky enough to go to a performing arts elementary. And so things that necessarily I wasn't like privy to, like I knew I had rhythm, but they were like, oh, also you're taking ballet Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. Fine. I still get to sing though, right?
Right.
Okay, fine. I'll be in the ballet class. So learning about acting and singing and dancing from elementary school on.
This was
kind
where?
Of my thing. Elk Plains School of Choice. It's in Spanaway.
Here in Washington.
Yeah.
Spanaway.
Yeah, I'm a Spanaway. I'm a Bethel School District baby.
Honey.
Sorry. That's a whole nother story. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, no, I'm not even a Tacoma kid. I'm a Spanaway kid, which is like 35 minutes east.
And I love that they had an elementary performing arts school there.
Yeah, it was great. I don't know if I'd be doing anything if I didn't have that at first. And my mom fought because you were on a waiting list. So my mom fought tooth and nail to get me into that. Mm-hmm. So by the time I graduated high school, I was like, I don't want to go to school for music or dance. I don't want to do any of that. So I went to school for a year, and my focus was journalism because I love writing. Writing is probably like my other biggest passion. So I went for journalism, but then got caught up in the music scene and ended up like studying pop culture classes. Right? And then I was like, I don't like school. And somebody else should have this money. Somebody else really wants to be here. Somebody else, right? Somebody else needs to be here. And I'm just here. So after that first year, I quit and started acting and never looked back.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Now, did you take workshop classes or did you just start auditioning?
A little bit of both. I started auditioning first with like local theater, and I was involved in the Dash Center for the Arts with Candy Hall. I did some up and through that.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of like,
hey Zay.
That was a lot of the helpful training that we got, going to workshops and things like that, taking the kids, but really I was learning right along with them and meeting really, really well-known people and people that were spitting knowledge that I probably wouldn't have gotten in college. And that's just the real of it. And they looked like me.
Boom. That part is so important. People don't understand.
And that's always been a thing. Like, shout out to everybody who just figured out they're Black. Like, I support you in your mission and your fight. Like, yes. But I've always known there's a lot of people that are just figuring it out, or just embracing it, I should say. No shade, but shade.
Yeah. Shade.
So like, that's always my plight, because for me, I was able to see people of color, Black people, so people of color, doing things that we were told that we couldn't do. And so for the longest time, I would be like, wait, no, because I saw Michael Peters, and then I saw Debbie Allen, and then I had heard Leontine Price, and then I had like I'm
Yes.
confused. You saying I can't do all of these things?
It's got to be possible.
But my mom and my dad are like super, super, like they're influential in that. They were making sure that when I came home, I got the black stuff.
Good. Did your dad actually sing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Professionally,
he was,
or
he
in the
was
club?
pursuing it. He was in the club. He was in the club. He was pursuing
that's what it was
had,
back then. Shoot.
He had a little track situation, but my grandfather was a preacher, so that was like the deterrent. Like, no, you can't do it. And even to this day, like my dad, now in his older age, he's a deacon of the church. My mom is the mother of the church. Like, the spirituality is still there.
Come on now. That's where we are. That's where our soul is, you know?
Okay.
That's where it all stems from, especially growing up in the household. Early morning on Sunday, if no other day, you're going to hear some music in the Black household. Okay?
Most certainly, especially on a Sunday.
You're going to hear some church music on Sunday, and for the fish fry on Friday, you're going to hear some other Ohio players. And I'm dating myself for real.
I'm with you, though. I'm right there with you.
I'm about to say, you didn't date yourself for us. Be there. Gap Band, Daz Band,
Yes, there you go.
Cameo.
See the albums. Ow.
They got them all right here behind me.
Mm-hmm. Hello. Okay, so how did you two meet?
Ooh.
Once upon a time, I had wished upon a star, and God said, well, here's Jimmy.
That was a good thing, right?
Of course
your wish
it
came
was.
true.
In his face, he's gonna wait.
He's like, hold up.
Did
What
she
that
just
mean?
I wasn't sure how to take that on this here holiday.
Right.
Do you want to tell the story? Do you want me to tell the story?
I would like you to tell your side of the story.
I was gonna say, do you think the stories match?
Because I feel like
up?
it might be. I feel like there might be a small. What is the word?
Overlapping or gap or?
I was gonna say gap.
Whitney, what's the word I'm thinking of? Discrepancy.
Discrepancy.
There it is.
Okay.
Did you say it?
I was trying.
I love the way it came to you.
There might be small discrepancies, but we can work it out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know how old I was. Let's just say I was 20. Yeah, I was 20 because you were like 18.
Okay.
Ish.
She's still 18. What do you mean?
Okay. Y'all made yesterday.
I was I was the artistic director at a performing arts center. Yes, at 20.
I was just gonna say that. Come on.
I was an artistic director at a performing arts center, and we were getting ready to do the Wiz. And
you have to do this.
Right? Alexandria's mom, Isaiah directed that, and Charles and I choreographed it. But Alexandria's mom
say
was,
that.
Yep, she was Glenda. What's the good one? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she was Glenda, and she was singing her face off as she does. And then she, the person that was originally our Aunt M was like, well, you know, psych, I really wanted to be Dorothy, so I'm gonna quit. And so she quit like 2 weeks before the production. And then Mama Henderson was like, I'll just bring in my daughter, Alex, because that's how I know her personally, because that's my boo thing. Don't y'all call her that. But that's
just
how I
for
was
you.
introduced to her. Right, that's how I was introduced to her. And she brought her in, and she was very, very meek. And I remembered her because I had seen her perform at a dance show like years prior with Colors and Harmony. Ooh, ooh. But I never met her. So that was when I was first like meeting her and talking to her. But I knew that she was very churchy, and this is about to get so tea-ish, y'all.
Oh, we're so ready for it.
Come on.
At the time,
spill it all.
At the time, my sexuality was very like personal, and it was a secret. Charles and I were together, but it was very like hush hush, lock lock. We just cool. Right. So I could not be close to this church girl who thinks that stuff is wrong and is condemning it. So I did not get to really build a relationship with her. She was on in the first act, and then she was chilling. Like, that was it. I was Tin Man again. And and that was by default. I didn't cast myself in the show. Somebody quit.
What's up with all the haters?
People
I'm
just
saying, they just mad.
That's another show.
God,
Right. But
and where are they today? What are they doing today? Nowhere. Just gone.
And then flash forward to like 5 years later, I guess she had graduated college. It was 2012. And you know I got dates too.
Okay.
It was 2012, I believe, and I was self-producing Dreamgirls because nobody was doing it in the city. Out of my own pocket.
All the flexing. Come on, production flexing.
Trying. And then I put auditions out there, and Alexandria came in, and she sang "Privilege to Pee." Never, I had not heard it. It's from You're in Town, and she sang "Privilege to Pee" for me in this little B studio. It was a chair, a table, me and her, and she sang "Privilege to Pee" full belt, not even like the train, like I can reserve. I'm gonna give you a mix. Like this was full balls to the walls,
full out.
Jennifer Hudson wanting to win American Idol belt, but good in it.
Yes.
So she finished, and I was like, she finished, and I said, Laurel. Like, that was the only thing I could think. I was like, Laurel. And we went back and forth.
Search is over.
She wanted to be Dina. So she turned me down. She was like, I don't want to do the show because I want to do Dina. She was like, I have a concert with my mother that will conflict and whatever. So I politely said to her, said, I'll make it work. Then she couldn't say no. I didn't know how the hell I was gonna make it work. Well, that's a whole nother story. But we made it work and it was fabulous. But I was like, I had to convince her that she was Laurel. And she was like, well, I don't want to, but like Dina's this person, because you know, Beyonce at that time was making Dreamgirls a thing. And so I was like, no, you're Laurel. Like you got the spunk, the personality, and the vocal.
You was not feeling her, huh?
Whew.
Okay, can I,
Alexandria, you was not feeling Laurel.
This is where I need to come in and say, not there, because there aren't really discrepancies, but I feel like I met Jimmy earlier than when he started the story.
Oh.
But it was in passing, and it was like, because yes, Colors and Harmony. Okay, really quickly for y'all in here.
Sorry.
Because, okay. Back in high school, I was in a group called Colors and Harmony, and it was me, another Black friend, my white friend, and my biracial friend who is Black and Korean. And we
come on, Rainbow.
Colors in Harmony.
That's
okay.
Right.
Like
I'm with you.
Like we sang, okay? All four of us and it was good. We had harmonies a lot, blah, blah, blah. So we sang at this dance, I don't remember what it was called, but I think it was put on by Dash Center or something like that.
It was crunk.
Whitney, you had to have, I'm not going to say the names, I'm going to text you. You know who they were. There were people. You know who they were. I'll tell you offline. I'm not going to say their names. Except Den'ea, because we're still friends. Den'ea was in the group. If you can remember now, Den'ea was in it. Okay, great. Yeah. And we sang all over the place. We sang like national anthems. We went on Showtime at the Apollo when it came to Seattle. And we almost got booed off, but we didn't. But we should have gotten booed off because it was a national anthem. That was a whole other story. Anyway, so I feel like I met Jimmy kind of around the same time I met Charles, which was earlier before that at the Tacoma Dome. Used to do a Martin Luther King production every year. I don't know if they still do. I'm not really a Tacoman anymore. And so we sang for that even. And I met Charles and Jimmy, and I remember going like, oh yeah, like, hi, how are you? What's your name? And Charles was like, Charles, because he was like, you've already met me before, but I couldn't remember it. And so I have a really bad habit of re-meeting people that I thought that I didn't know that I'd already met. And Charles was like the first one to get that. And so I remember us meeting kind of like that. And it was like, oh, and I'm Jimmy. And it's like, because somebody was cutting up. Somebody was dancing at that performance. Anyway, keep fast forwarding. The Wiz, my mom did bring me in. I did do Ani M. It was so weird because I was like the same age as the Dorothy. It was very weird. And I was like a young looking Ani M singing,
come on, girl.
Don't miss a feeling.
Get them clothes.
So anyway, okay. So then, yes. So fast forward, because I need to tell everyone this story that Jimmy alluded to, which is I was once upon a time, not long ago, I was a very, very church pious girl. And I believed, so all my gay friends, past tense, I believed that being gay was a sin and gay people were going to hell. And I was taught that, and it was like ingrained in me. And so I was just kind of like, well, I mean, it is what it is. Gay people are going to hell. Blah, blah, blah. And then I meet Jimmy and Charles, and I met them like separately. So I had met Charles, I met Jimmy, then I meet Jimmy again during the Wiz. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so fun, blah, blah, blah. We start getting to know each other a little bit more throughout the Wiz, and maybe even, because it was like, just like lightly, but it wasn't until Dreamgirls when he cast me as Laurel, when I swore up and down that I was Den'ea. I'm really not Den'ea. He was so right. Okay, you have it. You're right. I am Laurel. That's where my voice sits. It's where my personality is. We both find our way through humor. We both have a penchant for men that are trifling. We are the same, okay? We're the same person. And so we start getting to know each other more during Dash Center's Dreamgirls. And like, I feel like it was right around then, maybe just a little bit before then, that I find out he and Charles are together. They were like boyfriends at the time, because now they're married, but they were boyfriends. And I had met them, I loved them as human beings. And so then I go like, oh no, like two people that I love are going to hell, like that. But then I was like, but why do I have to believe that for my friends?
You
know. I just started like really digging into the Bible and the Christianity for myself, and like my personal relationship with God and my personal relationship with Jesus. And I was just like, well, instead of like condemning anyone, because it really ain't my business to condemn people and to call anything a thing, why don't I just do what Jesus did when he came to this earth and just love people where they are, and like love them for who they are, and love them completely, and be their friends because of that. And so I call them my game changers, because they completely changed the game of like me thinking about how radical God's love is for us, and how much we should just love people. And like, and I love them, and I love them as separate entities. I love their union. I love their marriage. I was with them on their wedding day. Like, I love them. And so for all of my gay friends who are like, wow, Alexandria is so cool, she once wasn't. And y'all can thank Jimmy and Charles for the fact that I'm like, I can be like an actual good person. And I can also attest to the fact that there is a lot of unlearning that happens, and a lot of relearning how to live. And like, I'm getting hot just thinking about it, because I'm sure that all the Christians are now writing me off, because I am a bad Christian and I am not afraid to admit it. So it is what it is. I love my friends. I love people. I feel like God has put me on this earth for relationships. And that is where I stand with that. So our relationship deepens throughout Dreamgirls. And also just like, once I was able to shed the judgment and the piety of all of that. Oh, thanks, babes. Like all of that, then I feel like I can just love. I just want to love folks. And so like Jimmy and Charles were the catalysts for that. And then Jimmy and I just continued to get closer. And it was weird because we got closer without spending a ton of time together. Because I used to think that best friends had to be up under each other 24/7. But we would do like a show together and then spend all that time together. And then we would like not talk. And then we do another show together and spend tons of time together. And it was never like a showmance and then it's over. It was like deep conversations.
Kia confessions.
Okay, Kia confessions. In my Kia, we would sit up together and legit just talk about life and love and everything, and just be super deep with one another. And it was never like a theater thing where you go, oh my God, we should hang out. We should. We always saw one another and loved one another. And like, our friendship got deep pretty fast, to where it was just like, it's inevitable that we would want to do things together, like host a Gregory's or like host TPS Tonight, because we have that good banter and play off one another.
I love that.
Yeah.
Come on, love is love. Be converted for love.
And God is love.
Love will convert you. Yes, he is. All day.
Jesus
love.
is love.
Come on and sing.
All right, now I'm sweating really from that. So yes, Jesus be in love.
You see it underneath the shelf right there.
I was trying to get this Love is Love shirt.
Oh, love.
was trying to have my graphics, my little extra, another shirt.
She was trying to do that editing, that good TPS Tonight editing.
Thank you.
She said, hand me that thing. Uh-huh.
That is love.
It is. Oh, is that a keyhole in the back? That's cute.
It is.
I like
And
that.
that cat. And that cat.
I was flip that around too, just so that my cleavage could be.
Love is love. Right. Let the love be on your back, girl.
Oh,
Come on
hallelujah.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Don't do it. I saw it. I saw it. Don't do it.
I love that story. Do you know anything about what she was talking about, Jim? The beginning of her story at all? Meeting her and Charles said,
No, because I don't think it was me.
You are ready.
Who would it have been?
There was another guy who was about. He was about my bill. His name was Malachi, and I think that's probably who it was because I was not at the DAC center yet.
Malachi who?
I don't know Malachi's last name. White. No, that's not.
Well, listen, my bad. I done started something. I should have just left the story.
No, but because I would remember.
Hello.
I have a memory like a very, very fit, thin model elephant, and I would remember that.
Oh, thin model elephant. You're stupid. I hate you. I tried to get there. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so then I don't know what that was. Sorry, I thought that was you. So then maybe the memory starts.
Don't matter. It's all good.
We here now.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
We are all here now. Y'all are all about love on the love train, and I'm just here for the ride, honey.
Man.
Okay, so listen, what was your first job? Where's your first
like
regular job? Yes, in life. And then tell me what your first industry job was, your first gig.
Like professional? Professional gig or?
That's what I'm saying. Because like
if you worked at your local grocery store for your regular job, and then as far as your first gig, yes, your first professional paying, whatever it was, paying job.
Paying.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say, so my first.
You can share them both. I think it'd be interesting if you think it's interesting.
I mean,
you might have had a gig that you was like, I don't even want people to know that.
A lot of my first job was kind of under the table because I would just do stuff that my mama would ask for, and it would just be like, her mom or her hairstylist, I like swept floors for a little bit, but that was very like. So if we're talking about the first job that like taxes came out, Popeyes on 72nd
not
Street.
yours. Oh my gosh, that
was my first job. I worked there from junior year in high school to I took a gap year between my senior year of high school and college, and I worked all the way up through that.
Come on, buttery biscuits.
Yes, I mean,
okay.
I worked at Popeyes. And then my very first, and Whitney is absolutely right. Every child in our family has worked at Popeyes. No lie.
What was the logo back then? Was it the bird?
It was the same. No.
It was still the bird?
It was the P. It ain't no P. Was it a bird?
Oh, it is a big P, a big orange P.
It's a big orange P.
I think there was a running bird on the box. I
just had Popeyes, but I don't remember what the boxes looked like.
Because you ain't eating the box.
But I tell you what, our shirts were purple. They ain't the Ivy Park red and orange that they are now, but they were purple, honey. We were Louisiana, okay, straight up. Orange and white boxes, exactly. What else? And then my first industry job, I'm not exactly sure. I think I credit my first actual professional job because did I get paid for Dream Girls Dash Center? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't think I did. It's fine. So I believe that my very first job.
You was asking me.
I don't know. I don't know either. I don't think, but it's fine. No shade.
Should have been because I paid.
Again, no shade. We just gonna move forward. We in 2020. Amen.
The money was there. That's all I'll say. I don't know.
I credit my first pro gig to Hairspray in concert at the Fifth in June of 2013.
Oh wow! Yes, great gig.
Fun gig, and we
how exciting was that?
Because we definitely had full costumes, full choreography, light sets, and then we held our books so that people could see that it was a concert. But we definitely danced. Oh, the concert was lit. It was lit. Oh, we also had the Seattle men's chorus was backing everybody up. It was great. It was fantastic.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
Jimmy,
come on.
My first job was Hollywood Video, and I kid you not.
Oh, good.
If it was still open, I would still be there. I was the last person in the store when it closed down, because like I was a store manager. Like I started from the bottom, then I made it there. And
honey, Jimmy is flexing on y'all today with all of his credits. Please take note. By the time you are 18, you got to get your whole life.
He said, "Who around the world?" Jimmy.
Back it.
That is not. Oh, see, my eyes are watering because it's not a flex. It's not a flex.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, R.I.P. Hollywood Video, but I could open the store and then go do a show and come back and close the store. They would be like, as long as you got your 8 hours
until 1 o'clock.
Yep, exactly. So like I would go in and open the store at like 9 and work till like 1, go do a show until like 8 o'clock at night, and then go back to work and close the store. It was the best job and still get my 40 hours a week. It was the best job ever. My first professional job was choreographing for a college cheer team when I was in high school. We used to go, so another fun fact, I was in a show choir, and every summer we went to jazz camp in California.
Jazz camp.
And
like this one time in jazz camp?
Yeah, we went to jazz and show choir camp in California. And I don't know if you guys have heard of like the guy, John Jacobson, like the Double Dream Hands Disney guy. He was our choreographer anyway. So when I was in California, when we were dancing, one of the cheerleaders was the camp aide. And she was talking to me about dancing. She's like, "Do you choreograph?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I don't know. Isn't it just put moves together?" And I was like, whatever. So she was like, "Well, if you'd be interested, I'd like for you to send in videos once you get back to Washington of your choreography. And then we'll pay you." And I was like, "What? I can make a living out of this?" So I did that. And then they paid me. And they sent me the check. Nice. And the check bounced.
That's not nice.
Then,
are you still waiting on that money?
No, because my sister, who was ride or die, was a paralegal at the time. So she was like, "Your check bounced. Hold on."
Ooh.
She called from her paralegal office, called the girl, and was like, "This is the lawyer, Jimmy Shields.
Ooh.
And you are in debt." And like, she did this whole thing, and the girl called me crying, was like, "Can you please not have your lawyer call me anymore?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" But I got paid eventually. I ain't got no lawyer. I was 17.
Shout out to sisters, yes.
Yeah, you don't want no legal issues. Go on and pay it up. Pay it up.
Tough up.
Stop trying to cheat, folks. You know he did a good job. Pay the man.
I might give that choreography to somebody because I still remember that. It was hot.
Give it to somebody.
It was hot.
Give it to me. Did it.
Did it.
Done.
Right. Done. Okay, so if you, now that you've been in the industry for so long, you have so many years behind you, such wisdom, knowledge, experience, what would you tell your younger self?
Oh, my God, today.
I can't say what I would tell my younger self because it's really not appropriate. It's not.
Oh,
I know we be keeping it real.
No such thing. You got to keep it real.
And it could be about whatever.
No, I know exactly what I would tell her.
Oh, okay. Well, come on, her.
Can I just say it?
Y'all gotta.
I know what you're gonna say. Y'all gotta hear my heart.
Write it down, Jimmy, real fast on a post-it.
Write it down so see if it's the same. Ooh,
okay, hold on, wait.
Like this. Hold on. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo 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 doo. Did you write it down?
Oh, boom. Take a
frozen?
Okay, well, I'm frozen.
Oh, you are frozen. Clap once. Clap once if you can see us.
You okay?
Snap. You kind of cute though. Somebody take a picture of what this looks like.
My name is Den'ea. I can assist you in first aid. Do you need help? Hello?
You
your
call
name,
911.
Right. Exactly.
I know CPR training when I see it. That's funny to me.
Honey.
Jimmy, no. Jimmy, come back. Oh, no. Baby, is he back? Oh, he's back. Oh, my God.
He's like that.
It kicked me out of the Zoom.
Oh, that's so rude.
I kicked you
I was
all
like,
the way
that's
out.
disrespectable.
You missed
All the way.
We had a good little chuckle, too. She was
Anyway, go say your little bull crap.
Okay, you ready to go? Did you write it down?
That's a bull crap.
Yeah, but I'm scared to open my phone because I feel like that's what froze it.
Okay, so then don't open your phone. That's why I said
Mac.
write it down. You
Open it.
You don't be listening.
You gotta flip.
Anyway, go ahead. Hurry up.
Okay, so my what I would tell my younger self: don't go to college. I would say that's why I said it's. I know exactly what I say, and it's problematic, and it is what it is. I would tell her to think real hard about where she wants to go, and then I would tell her if you really want to go to that place, legit apply yourself, and don't wait until the last minute. Don't put stuff on the back burner. And if you really want college, go to the place that you actually, truly, down deep in your heart want to go. The end.
Deep down in your heart, specifically which school you're saying?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, because there was a specific school that I wanted and I had in my heart, and I didn't listen to myself. And every day I'm like, man, if I could have gotten a different version of my degree in a different location, I would probably be more satisfied with the fact that I went to college, because right now I'm like, I probably could have not gone and it would have been okay. I know that sounds bad. Y'all go ahead. No, it is what it is.
Well, that's not what I said.
As much debt.
That was your life. That's not what you were going to say, Jimmy.
I mean, I could also say that man that you think is cute ain't really that cute, and he has lots of issues. Don't do it, girl.
Well, we'll talk about what I thought you were going to say offline.
Oh, I love that. It ain't the college thing?
Sorry, viewers.
It ain't the college thing at all.
Okay. Well,
what would I have told my young? I would have just. I wouldn't have told myself anything, but I would not have let time be such a factor. Like there was growing up, all of our idols, all of our people that were in the industry or people that we looked up to were younger, and they started younger. So in my mind, I'm like I was out in LA auditioning, like I was traveling around doing all this stuff. But then I hit 21 and I was like, oh, missed my mark. But that's when it had just started getting good. So there was like a chunk of time that I just was not training. I was not like auditioning. I had never even like fathomed auditioning at a professional theater anymore, because I was like, my time is behind the scenes. Like I'm chill. And then 30 came and God was like, haha. So if I had just been like more diligent all the way through, instead of being like, well, this was the finish line. And I think a lot of it has to do with dance. So like, especially in studios, they like kick you out at 18 and it's like, go get a real job.
You're done here. Sorry.
Right.
Thanks.
So I would have just said, do it. You could do everything that you want to do if you just do it. Don't put limitations on it because other people are doing it.
Why not you? Okay. It could be you. Go on and get that.
Listen to Jimmy. He has better advice.
I didn't go to college, so we have the same advice.
Well, there's that.
There's that. What are some important things to you guys when you're choosing your projects? Or you know what, actually, how about that plus the next project?
Well, I don't know what the next project is going to be.
Considering we're here in...
Oh,
right.
Catch it? You there? Okay, yes.
Yes. But, you know, since we have Rona all up on us, hashtag COVID-19. What do you think will be important to you for the next gig? Because how are we going to do this, y'all?
That's a good question. I already know that I had an email asking me if I would be willing to be a part of a production that someone was going to try and do like this summer. And I'd already said on this show that on TPS Tonight that I am not interested in being unsafe in any way. And we don't know what safety looks like yet, because I don't think we still know exactly what is happening. We ain't got nobody's vaccine. We're just trying to take preventative measures. You know what I mean? We're not like, we're not ahead of it. We're making sure we don't catch it. Like, you know what I mean? Like we are ahead of it, but it's chasing us. we're literally running for our lives. And so I feel like it's a lot of the times, I don't have a very like, I like to read scripts and find out if there's anything glaringly racist, or if there's something that I'll have to talk to a director about, and hope that they will hear my heart and not think that I'm challenging the way that they direct. I mean, for the most part, the things that I go out for, I really I'm wanting to be a part of. So I already have experience with, or I've done my own research. But I feel like it's going to be a minute before we're safe enough to go into doing what we love again. So much of what we love as theater makers are interpersonal connections. Like, 'cause I even think of more than just the audience being there and whether or not they will be safely distanced or wearing masks while they watch us. Some of our most intimate contact is backstage, when dressers be all up under you because they have to be. How many times have I had titties and faces while people have tried to help me get into the next outfit,
breathing
you know
on
each
other, you're right here, you're
right in there when they've been down to like do stuff, and I'm just like, yo, I'm so sweaty, I'm so sorry, because like it's warm on stage. Like, all of that is just, there's just so much that we have to think about going forward, that I think it's going to be a while before I feel safe as far as COVID. And then also, like, it depends on what we're talking about in this new civil rights movement. Like, are the Black folk in cahoots about whether or not we are acting? If the actual things that these theaters have been saying, if they're actually doing the work, and actually going to put forth the effort more than just saying Black Lives Matter on their pages, because that's going to help me go, like, if the Black people are like, hey girl, we still ain't acting, I'm gonna be like, yo, sorry, we're still not acting because y'all didn't get y'all stuff together in the past. Like, it's more than just together. Okay, it's more than just throwing up a black square or a BLM or a hashtag. Like, there's so much work undoing the very thing that, you know, like, has systemic racism all through it. And it's going to be tough, and it's going to be hard, and who knows what theater's going to look like after all is said and done. Who knows? Sad. Truly, I've been thinking about getting a day job, and so I can pay these bills. I know you keep rolling your eyes, but like, it's real. These bills don't care about civil rights. Bills are real. Care about my dreams. That's real talk.
I know.
You gotta get your hustle on, for real.
I just feel like you have so many different other avenues you can explore. But
and like,
I mean, that's fine.
Unemployment. It's fun. Yeah. Do we do our one? Is that the one?
Forget unemployment.
Okay.
No, like when I'm picking a show, first I have to, fun fact, you may not get this, I'm very insecure. So picking a show for me, I know.
You hide it well. But the limelight brings it out of you. Once lights, camera, action, it's go time.
Yeah, I'm an introvert. Like, I'm dying. Like, I'm loving being in the house. I don't want to go outside. But when I'm picking a show, first I'm like, do I even have the confidence for the turn down that could come? Like, that's my start. Yeah. Like, where am I emotionally? Where am I mentally? Because why did I pick this business that hurts so much? Because I love it, but it hurts so much. Like, that's love, right?
Absolutely.
And so that's like the first thing I think about. But other than that, I was hospitalized last year with like dehydration and exhaustion, and they thought I was having like a mild heart attack. Like, it was crazy, but I was working because as a Black actor, a Black artist, you don't always get these opportunities. And I felt like there was like a candle, like there was a fire that was lit, and I was like, I'm taking it. And before I knew it, I couldn't breathe. And I woke up and I was like, okay. They were like, we're gonna miss you. I'm like, what? Why? But
Body had shut down. Body said, excuse me, sir.
It literally told me. Like,
I know you're not trying to decline any offers, but listen.
But like you said, bills don't care. Like,
bills don't care.
So But
And you got to strike while the iron's hot,
it's hot.
right?
Exactly. And so that's what I was doing. But generally, if the confidence is there, I think of like the 3 Ps. I learned this in a seminar. 3 Ps: people, pay, and production. If 2 of those things don't align with what I need, like if the pay isn't great, but the people and the production is cool, I'll do it. If the pay is great and the people are great and the production is, like, I'll do it. As long as those 2 things align, I try to think of it that way. It doesn't always work out, but because sometimes you just need to take a show or a gig. But and then in the future of theater, the future of performing arts, I think it's changed forever. And even like getting people out of their element and learning how to edit things and learning how to post things and learning how to record their own music. I think it's changed forever and in the best way possible. Now, I love live theater. I love going to concerts. But if we can't do it, what do? It's forcing us to be the creatives and the artists that we've always wanted to be.
This is true.
So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited. And hopefully I'm involved in it because, you know, sometimes they alienate.
Don't they? You guys hip to the We See You Watt. You saw that? The calling. We see you, Watt. Y'all ain't doing what you're supposed to. And we've been working out here, chasing what we love in this here thing called the theater and entertainment. Y'all be shady as hell. We calling you out. Enough already. Stop that. Listen, we're not going nowhere because the artists call us like it call you. Okay, now. I'm just saying. What? Get it. Okay, so Jimmy, you had projects also that you had lined up when COVID hit?
Yeah, so I was working at a bunch of high schools. There were like 3 shows that I was this sounds like I just lied about not taking jobs. But I was choreographing like 2 or 3 productions at high schools. And so they don't get to do their productions as seniors. And so that's really sad. And then Hansel and Gretel, Heidi and Gunther was a new work at Village. And that won't ever get to be seen. It was actually my first main stage show at Village as the head choreographer, and maybe my first go at actually going on stage and winning a Gregory. That may not happen, but you know, maybe in the future.
No, you claim it. It will. They gonna call you. Mm-hmm.
But no, it's cool. It was a great experience, and it was a labor of love. If nobody ever sees it, that's fine. I got, and I think the cast and everybody got what they needed, like learning wise, because it was so many kids, and it was so fun. But yeah, that was, I think the biggest thing that I had that was kind of hindered.
Love the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you guys inspired by? Or when you were growing up? Could be different.
I have a lot of people.
Yeah, there's different like
draw a blank.
No, it's like there's different avenues of
for me,
inspiration.
Debbie Allen and Bob Fosse, and Michael Peters for dance.
Yes.
For music, Stevie Wonder, Prince, Donny Hathaway, Shaka Khan,
Shaka Khan,
and Whoopi Goldberg.
Come on, Whoopi.
I love one of my dreams is to be a stand-up comedian, so I love Wayne Brady. And Cedric the Entertainer.
Wayne Brady's like a sleeper hit. And I say sleeper because a lot of people know him, but a lot of people don't know him. And a lot of people that don't know him, once they know him, they're like, what?
Are missing out.
Because Whose Line Is It Anyway? Like
Let's make a deal. He's funny on Let's Make a Deal.
No, but I mean like even like Whose Line Is It Anyway for me introduced Wayne Brady as like a
genius
force in improv.
Yes.
Force.
I agree.
I like all the people that you named. What's funny is like if I were to think of my number one inspiration outside of my family, because my mom would be number one, it would be and what's funny is on Juneteenth I'm about to name a white woman because
if she's an ally, listen.
Jimmy likes this word and I love this word, and the word is longevity, and that is something that I've always wanted in my career.
Bernadette Peters.
Celine Dion.
Oh, I like her.
Oh.
Celine Dion. When I think about someone who could still, 'cause I'm your lady, like to this day, like runs and riffs and like
She will give you a run for your life, honey.
You know what I mean? Like she takes care of herself. She's not super old, but it's just like her career has spanned so many generations. And like, yes, Brandon, Celine's got that healthy voice. Like she has learned how to take care of herself. When she's on tour, like her voice is crystalline. And
she will belt it out while she like sitting.
Seriously,
doing nothing in the bed. Like
that is the goal. The goal is to perform like that until I die. That is the goal. And I should stop like drinking and like drinking soda and stuff like that. But you know, I'm still working
Speaking
on it.
Speaking of stuff Rona ruined.
Oh, you had them.
What?
I was going to buy them. I was going to buy them.
Another Jimmy flex.
And then it is what it is.
No, this was not a flex.
That's what's up.
Charles loves Celine Dion, so this was an anniversary present for our wedding.
Hey, Charles.
And then they were like,
Charles, I knew that we was on one page.
Ooh, that's it. Yes. You know, when you have the opportunity to see the greats, because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring.
Amen.
Hashtag FU Rona. Listen, you better go see them greats. Like right now.
Yeah, you're right.
And get that opportunity. Steal it with a t-shirt. Go on and pay that $40, $50.
That
part right there though. That's where artists
so
normally
proud
make
to put on that shirt. He was like, "Yep, I was there. Caesar's Palace, or wherever." Yep, I went to Coachella.
I don't want to commandeer the interview, but the stage management is telling me that we need to slide into the next segment.
Oh, thank you, Tan. Thank you, stage manager.
Thank you, stage manager. You know, I got all the respect for the SM.
Hello.
They want us to slide into the questions that the kids want to know segment, and we got a couple questions.
Kids, what you got, kids cheering?
And the kids want to know it's just our question and answer period. It's we I don't know why we called it that. It's just like the kids want to know. Like it is what it is, but we know.
Want to know.
So everyone has been submitting things. There's a Q&A function. You can submit questions that way, and we're gonna read / answer a few of them right now. Jimmy.
Yeah.
What brings you the most joy about performing?
I love making people happy. And if I don't ever say anything else, come on, Happy. If I don't ever say anything else, if you never hear any other truth come from my mouth, performing and being an artist is what I was put on this earth to do. In any capacity, and I will never stop creating. Like that's the reason I don't have a 9-to-5 now. I'm like, oh cool, I love you corporate AT&T, but also I got an audition, so I'm gonna miss work tomorrow, and they weren't having that. But that's what I was put on earth to do. So anytime that I'm doing what my purpose is, I feel complete.
Amen. That's beautiful.
Purpose.
Alexandria.
Okay, so in the acting career, it is the first job that I've loved every minute, including the hard days. There are day jobs that I've loved, but the hard days are just like, ooh, y'all can keep this job, burn the whole thing, throw the whole job away. But acting, being on stage, creating with a whole bunch of people, like, is the first job that I've had that I have loved every process, including tough tech days where you're on your feet for forever, where you feel like a break is never going to come. They do, but they just come few and far between. Or where you just want to run back and get on your phone. Like what I miss, and I remember this. I did the pajama game at the Fifth Avenue Theater, and everybody can talk about what they want to talk about that musical. Yes, the musical's kind of trash. We know. But it was, but Steam Heat, come on. But also, like, it's iconic. But I mean, like, when you think about some of the, the storylines and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here's what I remember. during the pajama game at the Fifth Avenue. We rehearsed. We had such a good time. Everybody downstairs was so lovely, so wonderful. Downstairs in the rehearsal room. When we go up on stage, we are introduced to our sewing machines. And when I put my foot on the pedal and the needle went up and down, it was immediate, like, I love my job. There is someone who thought, you know what we need? We need to make sure that while they're fake sewing, the needle will go up and down as they are moving their, like, who knows if anyone could actually see the needle moving from the whatever 1,000-foot house that is in the theater, but everyone caring about their specific aspect. The costumes care about their costumes. The set people care about their set people. The prop people care about their props. Like, everything coming together to create such a wonderful, beautiful experience for an audience that will come in for 2 hours and go, that was a good show. But like all of the love and the care that goes into creating the thing, I love it. And it was I had done shows before, obviously done shows before the pajama game, and it was like, oh man, I love this. But it was the pajama game that made me realize I love tech. I love everyone coming together and doing their thing to make this thing happen. And it also just made me like love everyone's work as they put it in. Like when Village did Newsies, I asked to be a part of like production meetings. I went to see like rehearsals. I wanted to see every aspect of what this career can entail. I want to see everyone putting in their thing to make things work. Like if I could have gone to fittings, I would have gone to fittings. I love putting together theater. I love the theater making of theater. And then the performing it is just that much better. So that brings me joy. Thank you, Lanaya.
Jimmy, how do you, as an introvert, muster up the energy to show up as your best self every day?
You know what? Sometimes I don't show up as my best self.
True. Fact.
Sometimes you get the version that you get that day. I'm working on. I've grown in that a lot. But there's another term, omnivert, which is like you're kind of both. So if I get on stage, then I will do my job. But I think that it sounds so stupid. Like always growing up, you would hear celebrities say like, "Oh, I'm private because I love my peace and I love being home," or like, "I have a stage name and then I go home." But like that's legitimately it. I was blessed enough to find a partner that does does the same stuff as me. And so if we want to talk about it, we can. If we don't, it's fine. So I always have that away because then I have a reason to go back because I want to go back, not versus like, I have to show up today. I have to do this. And if I'm being completely honest, Red Bulls were a thing for a while, but then I got a kidney stone. So now I just have the work-life balance. I know what my job is. It's like any job. You know what your job is. You know what your performance quality has to be. You show up and you show out. When you're off the clock, you can do whatever you want to do. And that's kind of how I balance. It's rough though. That mental is rough.
Okay. If you could,
you see Miranda?
I'm
not saying I told
Miranda
you
said,
so.
I'm not saying I told you so about the Red Bull, but
oh, she did tell me after the kidney stone. She's like, with bang, another energy drink.
Monster. If you could travel anywhere without the threat of Rona, where?
Japan. No,
Ooh.
Las Vegas, right now, in this very moment. Las Vegas. I would buy a ticket right now.
You going to SeaTac. Let's go. Non-stop. Straight to Las Vegas McCarran.
To be honest, I had a trip planned for the end after Sister Act closed before it got canceled. I had a trip planned, booked, all of that. And it was so sad that it got canceled, but I was going to go for the first time to Mexico because I've never been to Mexico.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And but truly, like I said, I am a sun baby.
Yeah, you was going to the sun, honey.
Put me on somebody's beach Put me on somebody's Bahamas, Jamaica. Send me back to the DR.
Ooh,
I absolutely would go back to the DR with Whitney Mason because she speaks Spanish, and we're going to the clubs this time. Because last time I just stayed on the resort because I didn't know the language, and I ain't gonna get caught up, and y'all ain't gonna find me on the news. But with my sister, who can at least help us like finagle out of some situations, but get me into some good trouble. Oh, yes, ma'am.
There for it.
And we was gonna do the thing.
I think she meant thang.
Do the thing.
I do.
This piece of hair is gonna give me the business. I'm gonna cut it off.
Let's see. What brings you the most joy about performing? I think you spoke about that.
Did we answer that?
Oh yeah,
I
we
think
did that one. Yeah.
Kind of. What? Where am I? At the very top all over again, honey. Kind of character. I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's out of order.
Mama, scroll down. What's going on?
Do y'all have a dream role or a kind of character you've always wanted to play on stage? Kind of character. Got it.
Jimmy, you must have something in mind. You don't want to say though? You trying to think of your B answer?
I'm trying to think of how candid I want to be.
The facial expression said it all.
I had two like dream roles. I don't have dream roles anymore. I'll start with that. I no longer have dream roles because kind of like the same way about like the self-esteem and thing. Like I'm not gonna keep setting myself up for disappointment and hurt because I take that shit like to the heart. But no, I want the role that's for me. I guess my dream role is to be the role that like just without a doubt I fit in, slide into. Like there's no hesitation. Like the work comes naturally. Like me wanting to research and do the dramaturgy of it all. Like that would be a dream role. My dream roles, fun fact, used to be Seaweed and Hairspray and CC and Dreamgirls. And my husband has played both of those roles at Village Theater.
Check. Oh, your husband.
So that is a hard conversation to come home to.
I bet.
But again, it's the separation of the work life because I could be single right now. I'm like, you got what part? Oh,
that's mine.
Good job. I mean, you did sing your ass off, but what did they not see my split? Okay, cool.
Come on, splits. The center splits.
Backhanded compliment. I'm happy for you, boo.
I don't know if I have a dream role anymore. Here's what I've always wanted to do, and I still believe it's possible, and I'm going to hold on to that because I don't exactly know. Lately, we've been talking about like what we want as Black folk to be in theater down the road. My personal belief is that I've always wanted Black people in white shit. So like, regardless of if it's golden age, if it's a well-loved traditional musical play, whatever, I want Black people in all of it. And then I want conversations as to why like certain lines will have to be changed or certain things would have to be worked out. Like I want all of that. I want all the work. But what I really want, I feel in my hardest of hearts, that I don't know if I say to people very often. So it's kind of like something that I know for myself, and I don't know how many people know this, but I want to originate a role and then take it from a reading to Broadway. Like I want to be the person that comes in and says like somebody wrote a part, and that not necessarily even for me. They just wrote a part. I came in, read for it at a reading, did a festival of it or whatever, and people are like, oh, I actually really like what she put on that. We want to take it to the main stage. Oh, I actually really like what she did with that. We want to take that main stage to Broadway. Like I wanted to be a part of just from festival or from readings all the way up to Broadway. That is what I want to do. That is what I want to manifest. I love new works. It is one of my favorite things. So like get as messy or as clean as it may be, like to get into some new creative, like, ooh, someone's writing something new. Let's learn about what the writer feels about whatever topic. Like, I love new works. I will sit in the living room and do new works. I will sit on a lawn and do new works. I love new works. And I would love to have that love translated from like, oh man, she came in and we never thought And then she did, and we was like, well, yeah. And then we took her all the way. You know, y'all understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
That is like, ooh, I feel weird saying that out loud because I don't really ever answer that question that way. So, but that is what I want. That's what my goal has been since getting into pro theater, because I've seen plays and musicals from places like the Fifth and Village and Rep go to Broadway, so I know it's possible. I just want it to be possible for me.
That part. Yes, I love it. Can we do a lightning round? Oh, sorry.
Wait, I see a question that says, if it's not too personal, how are you guys making it without full-time work right now? Is it too personal?
No, it's not too personal at all. I had saved a little bit. I'm trying to think of what I'm doing. I'm doing like online stuff. So a lot of my dance classes and stuff still work online. They can still operate. I just finished the season though, so I don't know what the next month or two look like for me. But I was lucky enough to be able to do a lot of my stuff, like performance-wise, remotely. It hasn't always made the bills like save. If you are not saving, please save. And that was a blessing.
I wish I would have saved. There we go. That's how you end that sentence. I wish I would have. I've worked in corporate jobs for the most part all my life and made ends meet, and then like balled on, like just went out and balled. Like I can think of all the money that I had in corporate America, and I just like blew it. And then I was like, great, let's start acting. And then now it's like, great, where's that next check coming from? And there was enough of like when Sister Act got canceled due to COVID, the Fifth Avenue took care of us in a way that I didn't even think that they would do, which is like they set us up that even though they could cancel our contract, they extended the pay for a couple more weeks. And from that, I was like, well, since we don't know where the next check is coming from, those next two paychecks I'm going to just hold and dedicate to the next bills that are due. And it helps being in quarantine that I don't go anywhere, so I don't have to put gas in my car, and I don't eat out as much anymore. But I mean, I get by with a little help from my friends. There have been some lovely, lovely friends who have literally assisted, like not even, they're just like, hey, just thought about you, wanted to send you this Venmo. And they don't know that they like paid a bill when they did that. Like it was right on time. Like God used
I've had those as well.
To come through and be like, okay, that bill is paid. Now we just sit like, and then I had a couple arts grants that came through from like, as soon as COVID hit, there were people who had it to give and like donated some GoFundMes. And so my rent was paid. And so, you know, now we're getting to a point where I'm like, oh, this is where all those bills start to kind of run out a little bit, and I might have to get creative. That's why I was thinking about going to get a day job. It makes me sweat just thinking about it, because it's like I was set up until the end of June, and the end of June is rapidly approaching. But that's okay. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it through. Right. God always provides. I will hustle. I will do the work. So it's not gonna be like I'm sitting over here asking for people to do stuff for me. I'm a hustler. I will find it. God will make a way.
Yes, He will.
It's definitely looking like we're going to do some praying. We're going to do some working.
Come on, blessings. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
We're going to be all right. Yeah. So there's a lightning round. What you want to do?
Yes, I would love to do a lightning round.
What you got?
What about you, Jimmy? You down?
Oh, I'm down. I'm ready.
What you looking at? Are you looking at the Q&A?
No, these are my questions.
Oh.
And so it's just, maybe I'm not down. Just, off the top of your dome, not a lengthy question, just, spit it out. Meat, fish, or veggies?
Meat.
Meat.
You know she loved the meat. I had to do it. I hadn't been nasty at all this episode.
How do you like your eggs? Do you like eggs?
I love eggs.
How do you like
my
them?
head down to my legs. That's an old school. That's a throwback. Anybody who is old on here.
Scrambled with seasoned. I need to cook my eggs. That's all I'll say.
I have love for an over easy. I have love for a runny yolk.
Over easy runny yolk.
Yum yum yum.
Is your the white is runny as well?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
No, ma'am. The white is cooked.
Okay, very good.
That's why when I go to restaurants, I say over medium because then they'll
So
actually
do
cook
I.
the white.
Yeah, that's right. Beer, wine, or liquor,
None.
or champagne.
I'm about to say if I have
Weed.
to choose,
Well, you said weed.
Weed.
Okay.
Yes.
and truly, if I have to choose out of those three, I'd say liquor. But I am an edible fan myself.
Okay. So we drink H2O, juice.
I have water, and
Soda?
I'm drinking liquor.
Oh, okay.
at the
Well,
moment
this is
'cause
Crown Apple, if I'm being honest,
Please be.
and water.
I have water and Crown Peach and lemon tea.
Burn
my
This is
sister
an
tea
artist
is
thing. You
Crown
got a
Peach.
double fist. You
I mean,
always have to have your water.
you're
That's
right.
why we don't crack, honey.
I'm
We
all
ain't
about
afraid
double fisting.
of no H2O.
Damn you, Jimmy.
Sports car, SUV or sedan, or
Sports car.
sports car. Come on, fast girl.
The Lexus SC430 was my dream car for the longest time.
Oh, well, damn.
Hard
I
drive,
needed to
drive,
have a
drive.
CD player
So he don't care. He just want
Okay.
music.
Mhm.
Amen.
so I could play all of that.
He said CD. Not satellite, but CD player. Yes. Okay. What type of underwear do you don,
Boxer briefs.
or do you? Boxer briefs. A lady never tells.
She ain't no lady. It depends on it depends on the mood.
There you go. That's right. Depending on what you wearing or not.
Oh, I didn't know we
no.
were doing mood questions. But that's fine.
House or condo?
Oh, I thought you said, "How is your condo?" I was like, house.
I'm gonna just say I know this is supposed to be lightning round, so I'm going to say house. But
Okay.
I want to be more positive. I don't know if that's going to be a thing for me. I don't know if I'll be able to own a home. So we'll find out later on in life. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll put that on the back.
I'm working on it, y'all.
Over there.
I'm
Say
trying to be realistic. But I'm
Favorite
sorry, that's
song?
not super positive.
That's all good.
House? Question mark.
Favorite song? It could be an all-time favorite song, like, hey, as soon as that song comes on, it's a wrap. Or your current fave.
Favorite song of all time for me is As by Stevie Wonder. The Songs of the Key of Life album.
I cannot answer this question.
He really
Talk to me
can.
about. You can't? Okay.
He
What
loves
I'm
music.
gonna throw out "If I Ain't Got You" by Alicia Keys. If
Okay.
I Don't Have You by Tamar Braxton, and Destiny's
Oh.
Child "Emotions."
Okay.
We gotta talk
Okay.
about. Okay, never
I
mind.
see you, Suave.
You already knew that, Alexandria.
Don't have you. Look me into
Yes.
the heart. What is for? Hey,
Come on now, vocals. Oh, okay. And then favorite series. Are you guys watching anything now? Or you have a favorite series? Yes, Jimmy?
The morning show on Apple TV is freaking amazing.
The morning show. Okay.
I've never heard of it.
And Zoe's stupid playlist.
Undescribable.
I don't know what it's
playlist.
called.
D Chanel?
Indeterminable playlist.
No, it's
Oh.
called Zoe's playlist.
Oh, this, okay.
Unmistakable
Where people
playlist.
sing
Zoe's
in her
Unbeatable. Zoe's
head. Okay. Yeah.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary.
Ex-
It's a hot dog.
Playlist.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I like
It
my
didn't
adjectives.
last, huh?
I just finished Insecure. I'm caught up. We can all talk about that if we want.
No, we can't.
We don't have
Okay, never
time,
mind.
but
Jimmy,
yes,
it's fine.
very
Jimmy's
good.
not caught up.
Oh, okay. Well, then no.
I'm 3
My
seasons
favorite
behind.
series. I truly believe my favorite series of all time is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So two more.
Okay.
Dance, sing, act. In what order?
I'm a singer who acts like she can dance.
Come on now.
I don't know what I am, but if I had my preference, it would be singing, dancing, acting.
Okay. Guilty pleasure. We'll end on this. Make it good. No, it could
Oh,
be.
you want it real good?
No. Good. It could be travel.
Porn.
Oh, come on, honest. I love some honesty, honey, in my
Wait,
life.
did he say?
Be a truth teller. You heard him.
I did. All
You did
right.
not
Well,
stutter.
amen.
And I don't feel
did not
guilty about
stutter.
it.
But I don't know if I
Very
have guilt of
pleasurable.
any of my pleasures. Like I truly don't. There's not, I mean, there are things that I say that I'm both proud and embarrassed by, like my 5-star island on Animal Crossing. I am very proud and incredibly
There
embarrassed.
you go.
But like,
Maybe that's
I don't have any pleasures that are, Jimmy, move. Okay, good. I couldn't tell if you were frozen. I was like, move something, wiggle your fingers. I don't think
island is
I'm
legit.
necessarily guilty. Like Animal Crossing has kept me at home while everybody else has been out there with these things.
I think that is what it's about too, what you're kind of embarrassed about, but not really because it brings you pleasure.
That's it.
So, okay.
So,
judge if you will, but you know you got one too
nothing
out
that brings me
there.
pleasure make me guilty, honey.
Hey.
There is therefore now no condemnation, honey. Now there's that too. Now,
Oh my gosh. Well, we look forward to seeing you all again next week. Miss Alexandria, thank you so much, darling, for tuning in and hanging out with me. Mr. Jimmy, you are super duper, and thank you for tuning in with me on your show.
Thank you.
Den'ea, thank you for coming. Like for real, thank you for being our interviewer today. We didn't know
was
how
incredible. I had a great time. Honey, I'm coming back next week.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
You coming back next week?
Yes, I'm coming back next week.
I feel like that's a good idea. So y'all, we gonna get
I
you
would be honored.
Simone next week. She will be our special guest where we turn the tables on her and ask her about porn.
And I'm still in some of your questions.
Still there. But again, thank y'all so much for joining us on TPS Tonight. Thank you for being here for the whole time and rocking with us. We love you. We're going to update you with lots of stuff that's happening in the future. So please keep it locked on Theater Puget Sound. We also want to, can I really quickly speak for you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I also want to thank Theater Puget Sound. They are an incredible company for which to work. And I'm not just saying that because we're working for them. But truly, Jimmy and I have a lot of say in what happens with TPS Tonight with Jimmy and Alexandria. So a lot of what y'all see is us going to them and saying, we have this idea, and they say, yes, let's make it happen. And so basically y'all are watching a Black show because we put it together every week, and they allow us to have the creative freedom and the creative license to do with it what we want, as long as we just check in with them and make sure that everything's going on the copacetic and on the up and up. And so we appreciate you for sticking around with us. Please keep coming back next week. We're heading into July. We are heading into interviewing people in all aspects of theater, and Den'ea will be our a segue for us into background, into behind the scenes, into the people that help make theater magic possible for us. And we're going to continue to layer in some actors in there, continue to layer in some performers, but just know that we are planning to rock with y'all as long as y'all want to rock with us. We are Black, stay Black, Black Lives Matter. We need justice for Breonna Taylor. Stop killing us, please. Let's help do what we can to break down the.
Stop.
Sorry, you're right. Stop killing us. We're going to do what we can to break down the barriers of systemic injustice in this country, upon which is the very foundation that this country was built. And we want to make sure that y'all are still rocking with us as we rock with you and you rock with us. When I rock, you rock, we rock together.
Together.
There we go. And
together.
Again, Den'ea, thank you so much. We look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
I love you so much. Again,
I love you back.
Such an honor to do this show with you every week. My game changer. Charles, I love you. Also, Whitney, hey girl. Everybody in the comments, thank you all for being here.
Bye.
We love you.
For having me.
Yeah, thank y'all for hanging out for this extra hour. Thank
y'all for being here.
Have a good weekend.
All right, and shout out to you, Tyra, East Coast.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Be safe this weekend. Happy Juneteenth. Bye.